Weapons at best are tools of bad omen, loathed and avoided by those of the way. In the usage of men of good breeding, honor is had, so the usage of men of great power follows that of funeral rite. Weapons are tools of bad omen, by gentlemen not to be used, but when it cannot be avoided, they use them with calm and restraint. Even in victory's honor, those tools are unlovely to see, for those who admire them truly are the men who murder in delight. For those who delight to do murder, it is certain they never can get from the world what they sought when ambition urged them to power and rule. A multitude slain, and their death is a matter for grief and for tears. The victory after conflict is a theme for a funeral rite. The way eternal has no name, a block of wood untold, though small, may still exceed, may still excel the world. And if the king and nobles could retain its potency for good, then everything would freely give allegiance to their rule. The earth and sky would then conspire to bring the sweet dew down, and evenly it would be given to folk without constraining power. Creatures came to be with order's birth, and once they had appeared, came also knowledge of repose, and with that was security. In this world, compare those of the way to torrents that flow into river and sea. It is a wisdom to know others. It is enlightenment to know oneself. The conqueror of men is powerful. The master of himself is strong. It is wealth to be content. It is wealthful to force one's way onto others. Endurance is to keep one's place. Long life is to die and not perish. Oh, the great way, oh, ever flows and spreads on every side. All beings come from it, no creature is denied. But having them call forth, it calls not one its own. It feeds and clothes them all, and will not be their lord. Without desire always, it seems of slight import, yet nonetheless, in this its greatness still appears. When they return to it, no creatures meet a lord. The wise man, therefore, while he is alive, will never make a show of being great, and that is how his greatness is achieved. Once grasp the great form without form, and you roam where you will, with no evil to fear, calm, peaceful, at ease. At music and viands, the wayfarer stops, but the way, when declared, seems thin and so flavorless. It is nothing to look at, and nothing to hear. But used, it will prove inexhaustible. What is to be shrunken is first stretched out. What is to be weakened is first made strong. What will be thrown over is first raised up. What will be withdrawn is first bestowed. This indeed is subtle light. The gentle way will overcome the hard and the strong. As fish should not get out of pools, the realm's edged tools should not be shown to anybody. The way is always still and at rest, and yet does everything that's done. And then the king and nobles good retain its potency for good. The creatures all would be transformed, but if the change once made in them, they still incline to do their work. I should restrain them then by means of that unique, original simplicity found in the virgin block, which brings disinterest with stillness in its train, and so an ordered world. A man of highest virtue will not display it as his own. His virtue then is real. Low virtue makes one's miss no chance to show his virtue off. His virtue then is not. High virtue is at rest. It knows no need to act. Low virtue is a busyness pretending to accomplishment. Passion at its best consists in honest deeds. Morality at its best is something done aforethought. High etiquette, when acted out without response from others, constrains a man to bear his arms and make them do their duty. Truly, once the way is lost, there comes then virtue. Virtue lost, comes then compassion. After that, morality. And when that's lost, there's etiquette. The husk of all good faith, the rising point of anarchy. Foreknowledge is, they say, the doctrine come to flower. But better yet, it is the starting point of stillness. So once full grown, A man will take the meat and not the husk, the fruit and not the flower. Rejecting one, he takes the other. These things in ancient times received the one. The sky obtained it, and it was clarified. The earth received it, and it was settled firm. The spirits got it and were energized. The valleys had it, filled to overflow. All things, as they partook, it came alive. The nobles and the kings imbued the one in order that the realm might upright be. Such things were then accomplished by the one. Without its clarity, the sky might break. Except it were set firm, the earth might shake. Without their energy, the gods would pass. Unless kept full, the valleys might dry. Except for life, all things would pass away, unless the one did lift and hold them high. The nobles and the kings might trip and fall. The humble folk support the mighty ones. They are base on which the highest rest. The nobles and the kings speak of themselves as orphans, desolate, and needy ones. Does this not indicate that they depend upon the lowly people for support? Truly, a cart is more than the sum of its parts. Better to rumble like rocks than to tinkle like jade. The movement of the way is a return, in weakness lies major usefulness. From what is all the world of things was born, but what is sprang in turn from what is not. On hearing of the way, the best of men will earnestly explore its length. The mediocre person learns of it and takes it up and settles it down. But vulgar people, when they hear the news, will laugh out loud. And if they did not laugh, it would not be the way. And so there is a proverb: when going looks like it's coming back, the clearest road is mighty dark. Today, the way that's plain looks rough, and lofty virtue like a chasm, the purest innocence like shame, the broadest power not enough. Establish goodness, knavery, establish worth like shifting ideas. Great space has no corners, great powers come late. Great music is soft sound, the great form no shape. The way is obscure and unnamed. It is a skilled investor nonetheless, the master of accomplishment. The way begot one, and the one two, and then two begot three, and three all else. All things bear the shade on their backs, and the sun in their arms. By the blending of breath from the sun and the shade, equilibrium comes to the world. Orphaned or needy, or desolate. These are conditions much feared and disliked. Yet in public address, the king and the nobles account themselves thus. So a loss sometimes benefits one, or a benefit proves to be lost. What others have taught, I also shall teach. If a violent man does not come to a violent death, I shall choose him to teach me. The softest of stuff in the world penetrates quickly the hardest. Insubstantial, it enters where no room is. But this I know the benefit of something done by quiet being. In all the world, but few can know accomplishment apart from work, instructions when no words are used. Which is dearer, fame or self? Which is worth more, man or pelf? Which would hurt more, gain or loss? The mean man pays the highest price. The hoarder takes the greatest loss. A man content is never shamed, and self-restraint is not in danger. He will live forever. Most perfect, yet it seems imperfect, incomplete. Its use is not impaired, filled up, and yet it seems poured out, an empty void. It never will run dry. The straightest, yet it seems to deviate, to bend. The highest skill, and yet it looks like clumsiness. The utmost eloquence, it sounds like stammering. As movement overcomes the cold and stillness and heat, the wise man, pure and still, will rectify the world. When the way rules the world, coach horses fertilize the fields. When the way does not rule, war horses breed in the parks. No sin can exceed excitement to envy. No calamities worse than to be discontented, nor is there an omen more dreadful than coveting. But once be contented, and truly you'll always be so. The world may be known without leaving the house. The way may be seen apart from the windows. The further you go, the less you will know. Accordingly, the wise man knows without going, sees without seeing, does without doing. The student learns by daily increment. The way is gained by daily loss, loss upon loss, until at last comes rest. By letting go, it all gets done. The world is won by those who let it go. But when you try and try, the world is then beyond the winning. The wise man's mind is free, but tuned to people's needs. Alike to be good and bad, it must be good, for virtue is goodness. To honest folk and those dishonest ones, alike I proffer faith, for virtue is faithful. The wise man, when abroad, impartial to the world, does not divide or judge, but people everywhere mark well his ears and eyes. For wise men hear and see as little children do. On leaving life to enter death, 13 members form a living body. The corpse has 13 too, 13 spots by which a man may pass from life to death. Why is it so? 13 spots by which a man may pass from life to death. Why is it so? Because his way of life is much too gross. As I have heard, the man who knows on land how best to be at peace will never meet a tiger or a buffalo. In battle, weapons do not touch his skin. There is no place the tiger's claws can grip, or with his horn the buffalo can jab, or where the soldier can insert his sword. Why so? In him there is no place of death. The way brings forth its virtue, fosters them. With matter they take shape, and circumstances perfects them all. That is why all things do honor the way, and venerate its power. The exhalation of the way, the veneration of its power, come not by fate or decree, but always just because by nature it is so. So when the way brings forth its power, fosters all, they grow, are reared, and fed, and housed, until they come to ripe maturity. You shall give life to things, but never possess them. Your work shall depend on none. You shall be chief, but never lord. This describes the mystic power.